Hello and welcome back to Daily Planning for Bitcoin and Gold. Today is the 10th of February 2026. So, yesterday, unfortunately, we didn't get any trade. It's alright. We're gonna make a new one and hopefully we get a trade. But by then, we're gonna put our hands down and wait for the opportunity to come. Don't force your trade, okay? So, a little bit of advanced stuff, okay? So, I just checked our POI. So, bias was correct. It was a short opportunity, but it didn't touch our POI, so no trade. What I just realized is that using monkey market terminal in those previous weeks, we swept the resting orders here, resting walls. But if you can see, on our open interest is decreasing, meaning lots of our participants, market participants, are closing their orders. In meaning, their longs are being forcefully closed. Either they end up in loss or they end up in liquidations. Okay, so I don't really think these POIs will hold. Okay, so that's enough of the high spec and advanced stuff. We're gonna go with the simple ones. So I'm gonna remove it. Unlikely for me to have any reactions that actually, because at first initialization I thought that if this were a trap trader, which usually the pattern of formation will be like this. So you have an influx of volumes, and then usually and oftenly there should be another type of participant, which is the breakout ones. They also open and they usually get trapped. Now the thing is, if they are get trapped and they are in unrealized loss, would they forcefully close their hands on a minor underwater position or not? In this case, I just realized it pukes immediately. So even if you were to open on this particular area, which is the moment before the breakout on this minor range, you would also be underwater. So for the optimal part and the more reasonable positions, if you were to be trader in this particular part, opening longs, this one, if you open longs, the only thing that you will have and the more reasonable position you will get up after this huge puke will be on this particular area. If you manage to break even here, and or if you manage to gain some profits on this particular highs, which by chance and by luck it got swept. But what about this particular part? Obviously, they still have minor loss, but they could avoid the most and the biggest potential loss that they had, which is liquidations. So for me, this is not a good POI for short. My POI was way higher and it doesn't get respected the next time price come to this particular area. So we're gonna make a new one, okay? That's my own thoughts and reasoning. Okay, let's start. Sorry for the rambling. Currently, we're hovering between this VA, and we're also making a little bit of value area in between. This is the higher part, and for me, this is the lower part. Okay, what you want to see, if this stays to be a range-bound environment, I want to see another reaction here. Okay, so we have this particular highs, which is equal highs, gets taken out on that liquidation. Then we have another highs that almost took out our previous high. And our lows, I want to see it swap for the second time. We swap it once, it got took off, and good reactions, which also align with our POIs here. And now we want to see a reaction here. Okay, but if it fails, I want to see another reaction here. If you remember, this is our previous weekly VWAP band -1. And if it still fails, then you want to see it get swept. So from minor range rotations to 2024 VA rotations. Okay? So range bound, we focus on this particular area first. From 71.5 to 68.2. So good thing if we see something like this and something like this, swap and then reclaim, retest, and then go away. If it fails, want to see another reaction here because it's also quite important. And if it still fails, then you want to see it really swap properly. And if it went as far as this low, then you might want to see some kind of pukes. So another thing like this, another quick sweep, and then possibly small retest, and then went above and reclaim the VA once more. That's the plan that we're going to take. Possibly it's gonna last a few days for this near extreme POIs, but for this particular small VA, I think today we're gonna get the plan to be executed, hopefully. Okay, that's for Bitcoin. And for gold, sadly, we didn't sweep. It's almost near. How small was it? It's 4. Okay. 4 points. Okay. So what do we have here? Obviously, we also make another range. This is a range. For me, this is a range. A little bit like this. Wait. Okay, now it's proper. Yep, this is proper one. Okay, you have a range, you have a deviation, almost touch again. What do you want to see? I want to see, as usual, if a range bound environment, you swap and then retest, reclaim retest, and then go to the other extreme. So our first POI for the longs will be this particular low on the puke, swap, retest, and then you're good to go. For me, this is better probabilities because you already sweep the lows, reclaim again on these magic lines, and then retest and then go away. And for this particular part, I actually didn't really know how high it will be, but since higher time frame is also still supporting, like this is for me, it's still a support for another leg up. So if you want to short, and this is actually not a good short POI, not related to anything, manage your trade properly. because it's higher probability to go for long in this particular part rather than going short. Okay, so if by any chance it happens, I want this particular highs to be taken for bit, and then got SFP or momentum down, then we go lower. Okay, I think that's it for Bitcoin and gold. I hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow.